Module 1, Lesson 11. Thanks for tuning in. Just like for Lessons 9 and 10, you will need your Lesson 7 template, whether it's on a piece of paper or in your Eureka Learn book. You will also need your math notebook because we are going to be using the standard algorithm and showing our work with an area model. So please make sure that you have both of those in front of you. I'm sitting with my team. I've got my laptop and my headphones. Once I have all those, let's get started. Lesson 11. I can multiply a decimal fraction by single-digit whole numbers by using the area model. So today we're going to be multiplying some decimals by just one single digit, and we are going to show our work with the area model. Let's get started with question 1. Question 1. 3 times 0 and 3/10. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my standard algorithm. 0 and, there we go. 0 and 3/10 times 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 0 and 3/10, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do that 3 times. So now I have my 3/10 and I have 3 of them. When I add them up, I can see that I have 9 of them. And so my answer is going to be 9/10. Now, this may seem simple, and make sure that you're following along, but this is just to lead us into a slightly different strategy. Let's take a look at question 2. Please make sure that you are writing this in your place value chart and your notebook. So my number is 0 and 3/10. But this time it is times 4. So I'm going to draw my 3/10, and it's asked me to do this 4 times. So in your place value chart, please do this 4 times. And you don't have to use a different layer every time. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. I can see that I have 12/10. But I can't write 12/10 because I can't fit 12 in the 10ths place. So let's bundle 10 of these. We're going to bundle 10, and they are going to become 1 whole. So my answer is 1 whole and 2/10. And I actually already knew that because I know that 12/10 is the same as 1 and 2/10. Okay, so now we're going to move into something a little bit different. We're going to practice this by using the area model. So let's set up our standard algorithm first. So it's 0 and 423 thousandths times 2. So I'm going to write 4/10, 2/100ths, and 3/1000ths. Once I have this written, I know that I can do this one more time so that I have 2 copies of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. If at any point you feel like I'm moving too fast, go ahead and pause the video and give yourself time to draw what I am drawing. Okay, so now I can actually visually see that I have 6/1000ths, 4/100ths, and 8/10ths. And so that's actually my answer, 846 thousandths. And I knew that because of the standard algorithm. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8. And that is my answer. But let's talk about how we can use the area model to help us with problems like this. So in your notebook, please draw a large rectangle, and we're going to split it up into 3 parts because we have 3 place values. So we have 4/10, we have 2/100ths, and we have 3/1000ths. And we're multiplying that by 2. So I know that I'm going to have 8/10ths, I'm going to have 4/100ths, and I'm going to have 6/1000ths. And so that is another way of showing my answer of 8/10ths, 4/100ths, and 6/1000ths. So let's take this strategy and let's apply this to one more problem that's going to be slightly more challenging. So it's 0 and 423 thousandths times 4. So in my place value chart, I'm going to draw this 4 different times. Please do this with me. Pause if you need more time. And so I'm going to draw 3 more copies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. 4 tenths, 2 hundredths, 3 thousandths. And the last one, 2 hundredths and 3 thousandths. Okay. So now all I need to do is add these up and find my answer. But I can already see that I have a problem because I have more than 10 in 2 of the place values. I'm going to have more than 10 here, and I'm going to have more than 10 here. So let's take a look at how this works with the standard algorithm and with the area model. So go ahead and draw an area model down here. And same thing, let's set up 4 tenths. Let's set up 2 hundredths. And let's set up 3 thousandths. And we're multiplying all of these numbers by 4. So I can see from my place value chart and my area model that I'm going to have 12 thousandths, and I'll just label those TH. I'm going to have 8 hundredths, because 2 times 4 is 8. And I'm going to have 16 tenths. 16 tenths. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So 16 tenths I know is actually going to be, how many wholes and how many tenths? It's going to be 1 whole and 6 tenths. I know that 8 hundredths is going to be 0 and 8 hundredths. And I know that 12 thousandths is going to look like this. Let's see how this works when we actually add it up. So I have 12 thousandths here. 4 times 3 is 12, but I can't fit 12 here, so I'm going to take 10 of them, and I'm going to move it down here. I'm going to bundle my 10 thousandths into 1 hundredth. Now I can see that 4 times 2, I have 8 hundredths, but I have 1 hundredth left over from my thousandths. So I put my 1 up here. And that is why it's 4 times 2, but then I have 1 because it's 9. Next, I can see that I have 16 tenths, but I can't fit 16 here. I can only fit in 6. And I'm going to take 10 of those, and I'm going to move them to the ones place. That is why 4 times 0 is 0, but then I have 1 left. So let's add up these numbers from our area model to see if it works. 1 and 6 tenths, 0 and 8 hundredths, and then 0 and 12 thousandths. 2, 9, 6, 1. And that is how I'm going to use the area model to check my work with multiplication. Your job is to try your exit ticket. Please try this by yourself and see what you can come up with. For this one, it says use a place value chart. So go ahead and just draw a place value chart the way that you have always done. And then for this one, just make sure that you use the area model that is provided. If you feel like you need extra support, go ahead and put a star on that, and I'll make sure that I help you out first. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and have a good day.